growth here in Mount Pleasant to Shem Creek to the latest disagreements between him and Mayor Linda Page. I had a chance to sit down with Mount Pleasant Town Councilman Gary Santos for a special edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. You know, last time I saw you was maybe, I guess, right before the holidays.
That's right. Yeah.
Tell me, as you sit here right now, how are you?
I'm well.
Yeah.
Everything's good.
And you know, walk with me down memory lane to July 21st. Okay. It was when I interviewed you for Quintin's Close-Ups.
Exactly.
And I remember the last question I asked you was about your future. And I actually looked into your crystal ball, and you basically mentioned this. You said this: I take every day one step at a time. You said there are important issues that the town is working on. You want to be the best councilman that you can be by supporting the mayor so that you guys can work as a good team. A couple of words stuck out to me. Important issues, supporting the mayor, good team.
Yes.
Obviously, you can't predict the future.
You can't, right?
But how much did you prepare yourself, I guess, really against going up against Mayor Page?
Well, I don't look at it as going up against her. You know, we agree to disagree on a lot of issues. I mean, we don't agree on everything.
Right.
I don't think you want all your elected officials to agree all the time.
Yeah.
You know, General Patton once said, when everybody is thinking alike, then somebody's not thinking. So it's good to have some disagreement in there so that you look at all the options. And that's what we do. Me and Linda have been friends, you know, since we were 15 years old. So this is all business. But we agree to disagree sometimes, and then we move on.
And so, according to the Post-Courier, Mayor Page offered you a chair position on the Recreation Committee to calm down, I guess, your critique of some of the new development in town, and of course, this new initiative where two of the town council members have to agree on an item before it goes onto the agenda.
Yes, exactly. And you know, I just you know, I decided that that's just not an option for me. Those issues were very important. Recreation is extremely important as well. And I just felt like I could probably serve recreation better as a council member than as a committee member. So I'm still able to pursue those other issues as well as pursue recreation without anything getting in the way, issues like that.
And tell me, when did you know it wasn't right for you?
Well, you know, when you start having conflicts, when you start having issues, and people start using recreation to discuss other issues and bring other issues in there, I didn't want it to be a lightning rod between, you know, me and other members of council or the mayor. So I thought it was best that I just back off and go ahead and just participate as a council member as well. There's a lot of great issues that are happening with recreation. You know, I don't really, I have a different way of looking at things in recreation. I want to do as much as we can for all the citizens of the town.
Right.
And right now, we're not really. We're not servicing the kids at a higher level of recreation. Over the years, last couple of years, they have kind of let the private industry take care of that.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm a firm believer that if you're paying your taxes, that we ought to be able to help and service every aspect of the recreation department, including the kids who are just there in the beginner programs, to the best of the best. And so that's my goal. I want to increase recreation. I want to move it up to where we are servicing all of the citizens of the town, not just a certain segment.
And let's stay with the recreation department, because I remember reading the article in the Post-Courier in which Mayor Page commented on, and she basically said that you weren't on a certain level with the recreation department. So as we sit here right now, tell me, what level are you on?
Well, as I just spoke to you about,
right.
I believe I'm on a higher level.
Right.
Because I want to make sure that we are servicing all the levels of our citizens. As I said, from the kids who really draw in the sand, that don't want to be out there, that just are out there because their buddies are out there, to kids who will go on and play high school and college ball. And we used to do that. Back when we were #1 in the state, we did that. We won multiple awards for that. I want to restore our program, recreation program, to get back to that level. Right now, we're not at that level because we've given up a lot of the competitive recreation, and it's gone the way of the private folks. So I want it back, because if you're paying your taxes, you should, your child, or as an adult, you should be able to compete in programs at the highest level, if you wish.
And so what I'm gathering is that you want to keep it all local.
Well, when you say local, the private clubs are local as well. A lot of them are, but I want. See, the problem is this: you have a situation where you have parents, if their child are playing in these private club leagues, they have to pay X amount of money, sometimes up to $2,000, and then your child is over there. It doesn't guarantee they're going to play. They could stand on the sidelines most of the time. So when they want to practice or use their ball fields, they have to rent Mount Pleasant ball fields to do it. So actually the parents are paying taxes twice. They're paying once through the government, and then they're paying renting the fields, and it's just not fair.
Yeah.
We ought to be able to provide the same type of program at the same level as the private guys, you know, through the town, as we have done before in the past. I'm not asking to do something brand new. I want to go back to where we were that made us #1 in the state, and I want to continue that path. That's my goal.
And Mayor Page told the Post Inquirer that, mentioning you, she says, quote, he doesn't agree with me on the direction recreation should take, and ultimately, I don't think he agrees with our recreation staff either. I don't want to create any more tension than it has to be. Tension. That begs the question, how much tension do you guys really have beyond this issue?
Actually, I get along great with staff. I mean,
Okay.
we have, you know, one member of the recreation department that doesn't quite agree with me on the increasing the level of competition of the kids, servicing the children that are at a higher level.
Right.
But many of the staff members do, and they want to return us back to the era where we were servicing all the kids, from the worst of the worst to the best of the best.
Right.
They want to see the recreation department be at the top where we were before, and so do I, and that's my goal. But you have others that don't want to do that. They would rather let the private clubs do that. It's just not fair for the taxpayer citizens to have to pay twice.
Twice, yeah.
Once through taxes and once through renting the fields. It's not fair, and I think that we need to go back to where we were, which is what made us the great recreation department that we were in the past, and that is servicing all of the levels of play for the kids.
Yeah. And that leads me to my next question. Considering, you know, the Recreation Committee, the debacle, and Shem Creek, and Coleman Boulevard, and of course Mayor Linda Page has been here for mayor's, what, a year and a half now? What letter grade would you give her as far as performance as mayor?
Well, I'll tell you, I hate to put any kind of letter or any kind of number on anybody. That's up to the citizens to make that decision. I go to work every day, I work hard, and I go home, and I leave all that for the citizens to take a look at it. I do the best that I can do, and I'm hoping everybody else is doing the best that they can do. But when it comes time to evaluate our performance, I leave it to the citizens, and I'll let the citizens make that decision on who's you know, doing a good job and who isn't. That's why we have elections.
Yeah. And finish these sentences for me. Shem Creek is?
Shem Creek is the historic area of Mount Pleasant that is one of the top draws of tourism in Mount Pleasant.
Right.
It's where our town actually started, and it is just an iconic place where people who come to Mount Pleasant, the first question they ask for is, where is Mount Pleasant?
Right.
You know, they want to come to see the shrimp boats, they want to come eat seafood, they want to come enjoy it. So certainly that area is the golden goose that helps Mount Pleasant with revenue as far, and you know, it's just an iconic area where you can go, sit down, relax, watch the dolphins play. You can see the pelicans, the shrimp boats, and the fishing boats come in. It's just really a nice place to go. You know, years ago, you know, it was a working creek with a drinking problem, but now it's a drinking creek with a working problem. I'm trying to get it back to it being a working creek, you know, with a drinking problem, so that the people who come to see Mount Pleasant and to see Shem Creek enjoy the view, enjoy the ambiance of the creek, and not see high-rise buildings or parking garages and things.
Yeah. Mount Pleasant in 10 years will be?
Mount Pleasant in 10 years will be, and hopefully, in my opinion, the same community it is now. Certainly, we're going to grow. Look, you either grow or you die.
Right.
You know, but the thing is, we need to grow properly. We need to make sure that we grow at such a pace that the infrastructure stays up. So in 10 years, I envision Mount Pleasant being pretty much the same it is now, as long as we can continue to keep control on the growth and make sure that our roads, our schools, the infrastructure, our ball fields, you know, can stay up with the growth. And that's the only reason why I'm trying to slow this growth down, so that infrastructure can stay up. We don't want to kill the goose that laid the golden egg. People are coming to Mount Pleasant. We're the 9th fastest growing municipality in the nation. They're coming here for a reason, and I want to maintain that reason that they're coming here for, and that's the quality of life. Yeah. We have such a good quality of life here, and if we continue to grow the way we're growing right now, it's going to kill that quality of life. The same thing these people are coming for, they're not going to experience it, because we're going to have so much congestion and so much growth. And so the thing is, you grow, but you grow at a rate that allows the infrastructure to stay up, so that the quality of life is good.
Your future is?
My future is, you know, my future, I'm a local boy, born and raised here, and hopefully my future will still be right here in 10 years.
That's good. That's good, man. Well, Councilman Gary Santos, it's so great talking to you again.
Always.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, buddy.